Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Growth at the Pace of Trust. I am your host, Kautar El Alawi, and I am so glad you are here with me today. There is a phrase I recently heard that stopped me in my tracks. It said, "If you do not work to build your own dream life, someone will hire you to build theirs." I sat with that sentence for a moment because it hit me at a very deep level. There is truth in it, but there is also a calling. For many of us, especially in traditional careers, we spend years building someone else's vision, someone else's company, someone else's goals. And very often, we are rewarded for being loyal to those visions. But I started thinking about what would happen if we became just as loyal to our own dreams, our own future, and our own energy. What would happen if we decided to invest in ourselves the same way we invest in our employers? I realized that most of my adult life, I was pouring everything I had into building organizations, initiatives, and revenue that did not actually belong to me. I was helping companies grow. I was helping other people win, and I was doing great work. But I never stopped to ask, what if that same energy went into building something that was mine? There comes a moment in life when you look at the work you are putting out into the world and you ask yourself one powerful question. Is this actually aligned with the life I am meant to live? Or am I simply participating in someone else's dream because it feels familiar and safe? I want to be very clear here. There is absolutely nothing wrong with working for a company or being part of someone else's vision. We all learn, grow, and develop through the roles we hold. Work can be meaningful, and there is honor in being part of a mission that already exists. But I do believe that our talent deserves to be valued, respected, and encouraged. And when that is no longer happening, we owe it to ourselves to listen to that inner voice that knows we were meant for more. I want to be honest. Building your own dream is not glamorous. In the beginning, it takes courage, it takes faith, and many times you have to take the first step without any certainty. You have to trust that the foundation will appear under your feet even when it looks like you are stepping into nothing. For many years, I believed that stability came from companies, titles, and positions. I believed that as long as I delivered, I was secure. But the truth is, security is not given by a company. It is built by your ability to create value, your ability to connect with people, and your ability to continue growing. When you start investing your time, your creativity, and your energy in yourself, something changes. You begin to realize that you are capable of building more than you ever imagined. You start seeing that the dreams you put aside for later are actually waiting for you right now. I think many of us stay in situations because we are afraid of the unknown. We are afraid of starting over. We are afraid of losing stability. But what if staying where you are is actually the thing that keeps you from the life you are meant to live? If you are listening to this right now, maybe that phrase touches you the way it touched me. If you do not work to build your dream life, someone will hire you to build theirs. Let that sentence sit with you for a moment. Notice how it makes you feel. Is there something inside you that knows it is time for something different? Here's what I want you to remember. You were not created to be a supporting character in someone else's story. You have your own story. You have your own purpose. And you are allowed to build a life that reflects who you are becoming. If this resonates with you, I want you to take one simple step today. Something small, something personal. It could be writing down a vision you have ignored for years. It could be sending one email. It could be creating a LinkedIn post that feels true to your journey, or simply giving yourself permission to believe that your dream deserves a chance. When we stop looking at ourselves only through the lens of employment and start looking at ourselves through the lens of possibility, everything changes. Thank you for listening and for sharing this moment with me. If something in this episode spoke to your heart, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. You never know whose life it might impact. Until next time, keep growing, keep trusting, and keep building the life that feels aligned with who you are becoming. And always remember, the heart of my message is that not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur, but everyone deserves alignment, everyone deserves to be valued, and no one should stay somewhere that crushes their potential. That is the real meaning.